I don't know what we have to talk about. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl, for another video. I have no idea what to talk about. Hope everybody have had a good weekend. I don't like the way this scarf is tied, so give me 1 second. I know you're probably like, girl's not any different, but it is. But it is. Yeah, I was just looking too far back because I normally just tie it around my forehead first and then I pull it up, feel like it. And then I broke the tip of my nail making my bed this morning. But it's fine. It's just the tip. And so it just made it into a little, what do you call this? Square, almond square, I guess. Not really almond. I could make it pointy, but I don't feel like, because it has this flower. The flower broke. The petal on the flower broke. See, it broke this morning. Oh, new nail set. New nail set. This is from the PoorGuy shop. I actually have a discount code in the description. The description and the discount code for these are from PoorGuy shop, and you get 10% off if you use Dinero10 at your checkout. And the link is in the thing. These are really cute. These are really cute. Look how cute they are. Very cute, very cute, very cute, very cute. Very cute, right? Very, very cute, very cute. But this broke this morning. So it's not that bad. I've been seeing the girls with different shaped nails. Sometimes I see the girls um sometimes I see the girls, sometimes they have their nails done, but they're shorter. Like the two middle fingers are shorter, typically like lesbians when they get their nails done, because they be doing stuff with their hands. So these kind of nails can't be going into orifices and stuff like that, into pussies and things. So you have to have shorter nails, right? And so you'll see some women, they'll have all their nails done, but some of them are shorter, like the middle, the two. I think it's like the middle finger and the pointer finger. I don't know. I guess whatever finger is their trigger finger. Come on, trigger finger. But anyway, so what did y'all do this weekend? I didn't do much. I watched The Beauty, the Ryan Murphy series. That shit is crazy as hell. The underlying message is the wildest thing though. Like what people would do, to be beautiful, to be desired, to be accepted. And it's just like The Beauty is about this deadly sexually transmitted disease. And it makes you attractive. It makes you attractive, but now you have the disease, so you can't really be having sex. Otherwise, the next person you'll give it to, and then it's like they have this weird metamorphosis, and then they end up in this like cocoon, and then when they break out of the cocoon, they're just this more beautiful version of themselves. And I think after a while, it doesn't, I don't know how long it takes, but eventually you become very, very sick and you get really, really thirsty, and then your body explodes. Girl said, what? And then if you get any on you, like the guy, he got some blood in his eye when the girl exploded, and he contracted the virus. And then he ended up metamorphosizing, or going through a metamorphosis, and then he came out like really handsome. But then they get like super duper strong too. They get really, really strong. The story with the black guy, that was so, when I tell you, that was the creepiest. Like that, when his first, like the beginning of his story, right? And how he got to where he is now. But the beginning of his story was very, very creepy. Was very, when they did his I don't know if they gave him a facelift. I don't know what they did to his face, but he looked crazy. And then he went through he had sex. He was having sex. At first he was incel and he wasn't having sex with anybody. Then he got fine as hell, and then he started having sex with women, and then they found out that he was like a super spreader. So he was going around spreading, and they were trying to contact all the women that he's had sex with. By the time they got to some of the women, they were already going through the metamorphosis, like their bodies start moving and cracking, and their spines get pointed, and then like they get into this cocoon, and then when they break out of the cocoon, they're like younger, younger, or they look completely different. Like the black dude, what's his name? Paul. What's his name? Hold on, let me. He's what's his name? Hold on. I was looking it up yesterday. Jeremy Pope. Jeremy Pope reminds me of a young Cuba Gooding Jr. I was like, he reminds me of Cuba Gooding Jr. Every time I'm looking at him on the screen, I was like, is he related to Cuba Gooding Jr.? Is that his son or something like that? Because even the way he was looking, and like when he was like kind of changing, like really accepting like the darkness of who he was, he really like had this little evil smile on his face, and I was like, he really looks like Cuba Gooding Jr. Is that his child? Is he in relation to him? But here he is, Jeremy Pope. Jeremy Pope. It was something about him, just, and then the way he was smiling, he was looking real evil. And I was like, he reminds me of Cuba Gooding Jr. He doesn't quite look like him, but he does remind me of him a lot. Look at like this picture right here. And then I didn't realize that his eyes were like a light brown until like he was like looking in the mirror at himself, and then he had this like little evil smile on it. And I was like, oh, his eyes are like light brown, like a brown, like a true brown. Like my eyes are dark brown, right? Like my son, his eyes are brown, like a brown, like brown. Like, doesn't he remind you of Cuba Gooding Jr.? To me, he does. I wonder if they're related in some kind of way. I don't know. But anyways, but yeah, so he's in it. Um, what's his name that was in She's Gotta Have It? He's in it. Um, I think he's a cutie pie too. What's his name? Anthony Ramos, and then Bella Hadid. She was in the first episode. Ashton Kutcher, Jeremy Pope, Evan Peters, of course, is in there. When I tell you, Evan Peters was wearing the men out when they was chasing him, baby. He was wearing their asses out. But I was like, where did he learn how to fight like that? And then his partner, girl, it's a trip. Go watch it. It's called The Beauty on Hulu. It really didn't take me, like, I was watching it and I was looking at it, I was watching, I was like, what is going on? And then it was like the third episode is when I was like, oh, wait a minute, let me pay attention for real, for real. So they have these agents going around trying to find the people who have this infection called the beauty. And then like Ashton Kutcher is the developer, right? And he's very, very rich. Isabella Rossellini is in it as well. I was like, is that Isabella Rossellini? She had her glasses on, but when she was talking to him, she was cussing him out. She says, every night when I go to bed, I dream that you are dead. Like, get him. Let his ass have it. I don't even know what they're arguing about, but wear his ass out, girl. So then that's one thing I did. And then I did a little, like, I took myself out to dinner. I was going to go to the movies. I was going to, and that, and that, oh, yesterday I burned my tongue. I went to, I was going to go watch the movies, 28 years later, the Bone Temple, but I realized I didn't watch the movie that came before that. I watched the first two. Like, I saw the first 28 days later in theaters. Like, I watched it in the theater. Then I saw the second one 21 weeks later. And then I did not watch 21 years later, or 28 years later. And then they have 28 years with, it's called Bone Temple, and then they're actually in the development of another one. So I gotta watch the other one because I was gonna go. I was like, okay, let me go. There was something else a Jason Statham film that I was gonna watch, but it was already like about to start, and I was like, I know I want to go eat first, and then so I went and had a little sushi girl, and then I just went back home because I didn't want to be at the movies that late because it wasn't going to start until 8:30. Anyways, and then it's like a 2 hour, so I just didn't want to be out that late. But anyways, so I did that. What else did I do? Did a little grocery shopping, of course. Um, that's pretty much it. Just pretty much it. The Grammys were last night. A lot of Grammy winners. Kalani won. Duran won. Um, Ryan Coogler won a Grammy for Sinners soundtrack. Um, and then Cardi B was on SNL. I didn't watch it. I saw her performance of Bodega Baddie and Oh, every time. Only critique that I have for it is she's off on her, like they need to turn down her she's her background vocals, but they have the track running at the same time, right? Because girls be trying to dance now, right? Cardi B be up there trying to dance and stuff like that. Because you can't really just do a rap, rapping. Like the niggas can run across the stage and run from one side of the stage into the other side of the stage and rap and not have dancers. The girls got to have dancers and everything like that. So it makes it fun. Bodega Baddie, there was a lot going on stage. I was like, "Ooh, are we at the concert, girls? It's a precursor." But and I think, and then this weekend is the Super Bowl, and I truly believe that Benito's gonna bring out Cardi B. I really feel like I like it like that. And then with her association to the Patriots, I don't know, like, is that a conflict of interest? Can she come out at the Super Bowl and her boyfriend, someone she's associated with, is playing in the game? Does that mean anything? I don't know. Does it? What do y'all think? I think he's gonna bring her out. I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go nuts at the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is gonna be that performance. They ready for him. He was at the Grammys last night. Bad Bunny. So they're getting ready for that. And I have a feeling he's going to bring Cardi B out. And then last night, the blogs went crazy because it hit the blogs that Quad and King are no longer together.
Thank God.
Right. And he was in the comments. Someone made a comment and said, I don't think they're together anymore. And then he said, I left that situation. Yeah, I left that situation. And then another comment was saying, oh, he's too handsome. Quad is a lucky lady. And then he put her luck ran out, or the luck ran out. Girl, let me tell you something. If anybody fumbled, it would be you. She did not fumble you. You fumbled her, if anything. But we said last week that your time was up. Now, I haven't watched the new episode of Married to Medicine, so we know that our review will come tomorrow because I'll watch it today. But we said last week that your time was up. Girl, was a mess. I hate to burn my tongue because I feel like it burns your little taste buds for a little while. But did you know that the tongue is like the fastest healing part? I think because of all of the moisture, but it's the fastest healing part of your body. Did you know that? Your tongue? Mm-hmm. So I burned it. And then it's just sensitive. Anyways. And then so when I drink this, it'd be feeling sensitive. Anyways. So he said that her luck ran out. This is the thing. At the end of the day, some people were saying maybe Quad was using him to have him as a backup when Greg was there. Fine, good. That's what I'm saying. Men have to be useful, right? I don't care if she was using him to make Gregory jealous. It worked. The nigga crashed out several times throughout the season, right? Another theory is she was dating King because she wants a baby, and it's hard to find black male sperm in the sperm banks because they're giving it out for free in all whatever neighborhood they occupy. So they don't go to the sperm banks and donate sperm. Not a lot, not enough. So that a lot of black women who are choosing solo parenthood are and using a sperm donor are finding that it's difficult. The Brat and Judy found that difficult as well when they were looking for a sperm donor. What else? And so the thing with King and Quad, I want to read some of the comments, but Quad did not fumble King. Now, according to reports and commentary about King, he's not on the up and up, right? And if she did use him to make Gregory jealous, what's the problem? If you were able to make your ex-husband's head spin, if you were able to with this fine ass in comparison to, okay, because it's fine and subjective, because I don't think King is like a 7 to me, because he's not bad looking, but he always has this look on his face like something stank, or he wants to complain about something. Like he looked like he's always getting ready to complain about something. Um, and men have to be useful. And if she was using him for either one of those two reasons, right? Whether she was using him to make Gregory jealous or using him for his sperm, make your ass useful, nigga. That's how I feel about it. But we knew that this was, I was really, I don't know, maybe Quad saw that episode and was like, girl, look at me looking a fool down to the people's TV station. Girl, no, absolutely not. We not looking like no fool over no man in 2026. Absolutely not, girl. We got to break it up. We got to break this shit up. so, so Quad and King are not together anymore. That situation, he said he left that situation. That's why you don't sell your houses. My first red flag is when he said the natural order of things. When she was talking about how are we going to live? Are we going to live in my house? Or are we going to live? He's like, I'm not moving into no woman's house. And I don't blame him. If I was a man, I would not move into a woman's house. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. We're going to buy a house together. I'm not going to do that. No, 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 no. We can buy a house together. But don't you sell your house, right? See, women will, some men will move into their home, some women will lose their property and move in with a man, and then in 6 years, 8 years, 5 years, 10 years, you're broke up and you're like, fuck, I wish I would have kept my property. You understand what I'm saying? And so the minute he said that they were out, I remember the scene because they were out by her beautiful pool, and he said it's the natural order of things. No, no, sir. And I need for women to abandon that idea, because men who believe the natural order of things is for him to be above you, and you're this well accomplished, vivacious, va 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 voom, got your own shit, make your good investments. You come second to nobody. I don't give a fuck. It's God and you, girl. The universe, the creator, and you. And then whoever else comes after that. That's it. This journey is a solo journey. You meet people on the way and you spend portions of your life with people along the way. But this is your journey. Don't you sell your fucking house. If you contemplating, if you out there contemplating, should I sell my house to go move in with this man? The answer is no. The answer is fuck no. That's what the answer is, bitch. It's fuck no. You understand me? Don't you move in with no goddamn man and depend on him and the house and stuff like that. You make sure both of your fucking names are on the house. You understand me? So I want to read some of the comments. Let me see. Did I save it? It was on the Bravo Shade Room. The Bravo. It was on Bravo Shade Room. I think it was on. Let's see if it's on the Jasmine brand. When I tell you Karen makes me snake venom mad, I do not like that lady. I do not like that lady. I do not like that lady. I do not like. I saw that clip of her. I don't know how they cut the clip up, but she called her slurring ass giving Dr. Wendy advice. You can't give me advice on shit, bitch. Did you take your advice the first time? No. Actually, you were caught 4 times driving drunk. So that means you probably have driven more times than that drunk. You just got caught 4 times. Your drunk ass can't say shit to me. I don't give a fuck. Then your pussy was so big, bitch. So big. I will be vindicated. Then you didn't show up to the reunion. If I was Wendy, I would look back at her and say, bitch, at least I showed up. Are you drunk? I can't understand what you're saying. You sound like you slurring every time. Oh, Karen would have to understand, bitch. I hate, abhor, despise, and loathe drunk drivers. Not just drunk drivers, but drunk drivers who have 4 DUIs and are arrogant about their crimes. You could have killed somebody. Fuck that lady every day. I'm like Billy Porter.
And all of them.
Fuck every day. Fuck Karen every day. I don't see how y'all go up for that hook-nosed bitch. I can't stand her. I can't stand a drunk bitch. Your drunk ass could never give me no advice, bitch. Take your advice. You should have showed up telling Wendy not to talk so much. Bitch, you got on a grandmother fucking stage and got on and told everybody, I will be vindicated. You're arrogant drunk ass. Get your arrogant drunk ass out of my face. Oh, 75-year-old bitch still running around drunk driving when all these car services exist. Get your ass out of my face, bitch.
That it was not betrayal. Okay. So give me the benefit of that. Like that it was.
She couldn't say a motherfucking thing to me. I'll tell you one damn thing. Karen Farm Girl Huger, couldn't say a motherfucking thing to me, bitch. I would make that bitch be in the corner rocking back and forth, running to go have a fucking drink, bitch. Get her some Red Bull or something. Get her something. What is it? Red Bull, Red Fire, Fire Hot. What is it called? Fireball. Get her Fireball. What I call her, Red Bull. Get her some Fireball. That's her poison. And then she's interviewing Andy, and the people in the comments talking about, oh my God, she's so clear. Is she? You know, professional drunks know how to show you and make you think they're not drunk. Bitch, every time Karen said something slick out of her slurring ass mouth, I'd ask that bitch, was she drunk? You drunk? How many drinks have you had, Karen? Every time. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make her remember. Bitch, you got caught 4 times, but you was drunk driving more than that. So you're an irresponsible old ass bitch. You can't get an arrogant, irresponsible old bitch. You an old fool. You can't give me no drunk ass advice. I'm sorry, Karen, I can't understand you. You're slurring a little bit. Every time. I would wear her. She wouldn't talk to me. She would be done. I'm not talking to Erica no more. Yeah, you better not. Are you drunk? Would you like another drink? How many drinks have you had, Karen? Let me see your new flask. You got a new flask? I'm sure you got a flask over there in the breast of your blazer. Yeah. Oh yeah. Girl, fuck that drunk driving arrogant bitch. Period. Did I lie? Isn't she a drunk driving arrogant bitch? Right, exactly. Oh, she's so clear, is she? And then you got the nerve to sit across from Wendy, the same black woman that you said didn't fit the show didn't aesthetically fit the show. Why? Because she's dark skinned, she's accomplished, she got degrees. What? You drunk bitch, you a drunk driving bitch. I'm over here committing fraud, insurance fraud. You can't give me no advice, bitch. None. You talking too much. You didn't talk enough, ho. Every time baby, Karen couldn't say nothing to me. Nothing. Drunk bitch. Every time. You drunk? You okay? We got a breathalyzer. I'd have a little breathalyzer in my thing. I'd be like, look, Karen, I'd make anything a breathalyzer. I'd be like, here, Karen. Here, Karen, blow into this. Blow into this, Karen. This is a breathalyzer. You sure you're gonna be able to drive when we leaving lunch? You sure you're gonna be able to drive? You gotta blow into something before your car starts? Oh yeah. You're not a person who made one mistake and misjudged your alcohol level and got into an accident and then got a DUI. You've had 4 DUIs. So you didn't learn your lesson once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She got caught 4 times, y'all. That's a dangerous woman. Fuck that lady. That's a bitch of questionable character to be so arrogant, to put people's lives at risk, and then get on TV and tell people she'll be vindicated because you don't want to accept, right? Because you're too arrogant. You don't want to accept what your lawyers were telling you. So you went against your lawyer's advice, didn't she? Isn't that what she said? I couldn't believe what the lawyers were telling me. Why? Because you're an arrogant bitch. That's why. That's why, because you're arrogant and you don't think nobody can tell you nothing. But then you think you can get your disappearing act and come back to the show and call yourself giving me some motherfucking advice? Shut your drunk ass up. Don't you say another drunk word to me, bitch. Don't you say a syllable, you slurring bitch. Get out of my face every single time. Don't give me no advice. Take your own goddamn advice. Shit. I don't think they're together anymore. He said, somebody said, that's sad. And then he said, I can confirm that I left that situation. That's what King said. And that's why Toya was over there with her son, with her, I think her son just turned 16 or 17, and he wanted to drive a Ferrari. So Toya rented a Ferrari from King's business. Now I can imagine she would be doing business with King if him and Quad were still together, because so he's guilty by association. She doesn't like Quad, right, or has things to say about Quad. So now him and Quad aren't together. People noticed, right? We knew that it was coming, right? This is no goddamn prediction. We just knew his time was running out. If you go to Quad's page, there's no pictures of King. She's literally wiped his pictures off of her page, archived them. I don't know what she did, but they're gone, right? So the signs were on the wall, right? We just knew that the time was running out, and by the time the reunion came, they were not going to be together. I know Quad saw that damn episode where she was up there begging that nigga for his sperm, and somebody told her, shook her shoulders and said, "Bitch, get your weight up. You're not down to anybody's network begging a man for sperm. We're not doing that when there's a sperm bank around the corner. We're not begging for sperm, sweetie. Don't do this to me, girl. No, no, Quad. No, 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 no." So somebody said, just too handsome. Quad is a lucky woman. He put luck ran out. Luck ran out. So some of the comments, I said, hallelujah, amen, because I agree. Quad needs to enjoy her child-free, wonderful lifestyle. Exactly. This is why somebody said, this is why you told Boz don't do that for all this man. Exactly. For do that for some man. Exactly. What are you doing? Y'all don't even know these men. And before you even getting commitments out of them, right? And the truth of the matter is, I think a conversation with the men you have children with, if we're no longer committed to each other, please don't break the commitment you have to the child. A lot of men, a lot of men who have a certain mindset, once they have no access to the woman, they will stop taking care of the children, right? The child care is dependent on access to you. So so many women have cut off access to their child's father, he stops, slows down taking care of the children. So you have to make it clear, when we're no longer I need you to remain committed to your child. I need you to remain committed to your child. All this single mother stigma and stuff like that, or you should have picked the right man and this and that. Let me tell you something. Me being single doesn't take away from me being a mother. You not having access to me doesn't mean you're no longer a father. You're still a father. So you still have that responsibility. You want to call me a single mother as if that's some type of insult, when it just means that I don't have a partner. I'm still a mother, right? And even though you're not the custodial parent and you're not in a relationship, guess what you are? A single father. Single just means your relationship status. That's it. So don't tell me, oh, you're a single mother and you're the bane of the community. You mean to tell me I need to have a man next to me in order to be valuable in this community? I'm still a mother. So my connection to a man is what makes me the bane of the community. Come on. That doesn't make sense. And I don't want women to believe that they have to stay in relationships with men if they want children. That's the whole thing about it. Like, the idea of having this nuclear family, and they run around calling women modern women, but you're dealing with modern men. You're dealing with modern men who want traditional women. And traditional, how many times do I have to say it? Traditional means male centered. Modern means you centered. You prioritize yourself over the needs of a man. You prioritize your needs, right? She needs to remain, she needs to be, I don't believe Quad wants a child. I just don't. I don't believe she wants a child. And it just really pains me that women go through all of those things just to have a child for a man who says that it's a natural order of things. You're supposed to move in with me or something like that. And it's like, you're literally, where did you get that? Where does it say, what book does it say that a man is supposed to be before a woman? A Bible. When was the last time you've been to church, King? Probably Easter 1993. But you're talking about the nat. There is, if there was, see, that's how you know the men live in a psychosis, right? A delusion. The natural order of things would be represented in nature. We are the only ones operating like this outside of nature's order. If we look at nature, we see the men are the ones doing the pick me, pick the men are the pick me's, right? In this society, men are pick me's for other men, for male validation, right? But in nature, or in the natural nature, in the natural order of things, it's women and children, and then the men they decide, or the males that they decide to procreate with. But once they're done procreating, they're not living in a nuclear family. The male goes away and to go find someone else that might like him and he can reproduce with. They're not kept around. They may hang around, come back, hang around a little bit, but it's mother, aunties, thems, and the children. That's what it is. But y'all want to be holed up in some home with some man in a nuclear. And it's so funny that they call it nuclear because, yes, nuclear means the nucleus of the family is the man. But that's not true. We know the nucleus of the family is the woman in every situation, in all situations. She's the nucleus. It revolves around her. She maintains the culture. If you go into a home, typically the woman of the house is the one whose culture is being followed. So even when you're dealing with like interracial or multi ethnicities, typically the woman's culture is the one that gets reinforced in the home. We are the gatekeepers of culture, language, the way that families are structured. When you're working outside of the natural order of things, then you have the patriarchy where men think they're the center of the household. They think they're the nucleus of the household. That's why the women need deprogramming, because any woman in her right mind would step out of the situation and be like, I run this shit. I'm the maid, the mule, the mattress, the manager, the medic, the mediator, the mentor, the magician, the maitre d'. What else? What else do y'all do for these niggas? The meteorologist, that's your favorite one, right? Because you got to be the calm to his storm. So you got to be able to predict the weather too, bitch. Because these motherfuckers will. What will they do with their mood? Moody ass bitches, moody, musty bitches come into the home and their mood affects the entire home and they do it intentionally. I saw a clip of this woman saying she knows her husband is home because he's making all of these like bodily function noises, burping, farting, clearing his throat. They do that on purpose to let you know, bitch, you ain't alone. I'm here. I'm here. I'm letting you know I'm here. While you doing all this, while you got a frying pan in one hand, a dust mop in one hand, a cell phone in the other hand. Yeah, you got multiple hands. You got a what else you got? You trying to do exercise, trying to take care of yourself at the same time. That's why women like they look at their lives and see everybody else is functioning great, and then when they pass by a mirror, they're like it's a jump scare because they like you haven't taken care of yourself at all. I hear women talking about, oh my God, I've done all this day. I haven't even eaten today. You haven't taken care of yourself. If you haven't eaten because you're taking care of other people, you're not taking care of yourself. You would need to stop everything and be like, I need to nourish my body in order for me to have the fuel to keep going and to do all of these, driving people everywhere. The damn, what do you call the ride share? You got the damn checkers on the side of your car because you're a goddamn taxi. And you can't get him to do nothing. But when he's in the house, he's going farting and shit. Girl, tell me I'm lying. They let you know they're there. I'm here and I ain't doing a goddamn thing. You doing everything, but I'm letting you know I'm here. I'm letting you know I'm here. It says luck didn't run out. God's protection kicked in. I don't like a gossipy man. It screams clout chasing. I hate a messy man. Why are you gossiping like a girl? This is the patriarchy, right? Gossiping like a girl as if you've never been in a barbershop before. Gossiping is not gendered, okay? Also, I want you as a woman to stop trying to insult men by saying that they're gossiping like a girl. You wonder why men don't like women because all their life they've been told they're doing something like a girl, and that has been negative. It's a negative association with like a girl. But then you run outside and run into the community and expect to have these respectful relationships with men who have been told since they were little boys, don't you ever be like a girl. So what do you think they're going to feel about girls when everything they associate to being like a girl is negative? How do you think they're going to feel about girls to women? I ask you, is it a coincidence that they have been told their entire lives, don't be like a girl? What did Nicki Minaj say on the Predators USA stage? Be a boy. What you tell? Be a boy. It's okay to be a boy. Don't be like a girl. That's the worst thing you can be. And then you wonder why they grow up and don't like women, have this aversion, this latent disdain for women. Because all their life they've been told, don't be like a girl. Don't you do nothing like a girl. And now you expect them to like you like a girl? Mm-mm. No. She left her husband, a whole doctor who was begging her to have a baby so she can flaunt around a pretty boy. Yeah, Gregory don't need no goddamn kids. You don't even know how to treat women. You don't need no. What if your child is what if your child is a girl? See, that's the thing that people don't even that you don't even think about. That's why they be so mad at the gender reveals when they reveal it's a girl. The niggas be pissed off because they've been told their entire life a girl is the worst thing you can be. Why would I want a baby girl? Y'all done told me the worst thing you can be is like a girl. So now I'm having a little girl. I don't want a little girl. I don't like girls. I don't like girls. I don't want a little girl. I want a little boy. So I can tell him, don't be like a girl. Huh? King. I'm sure his DMs have exploded. All the folks was writing his jock when Quad was with him. A blind man can see he wasn't that into her, but proceed. Y'all love saying that. Everybody owe T and Greg an apology. I remember when she first started seeing him and I thought he was so fine. Truth, he's average looking, but at the time anything was better than Gregory. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Everybody thought King was cute. And I was like, no, in real life, he's about a 6 or a 7 if we're gonna, use that metric. But we know beauty and fineness and attractiveness and desirability is subjective, right? One person might think King is very, very handsome. Some people might look at him and be like, absolutely not. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I always tell people, these are my eyes. I see what I see. You might not see what I see. That's why, you can't really say somebody is ugly because everybody, somebody's ugly. I'm ugly. I get called ugly every single day. Some nigga called me ugly yesterday, girl. Okay. Like I'm supposed to believe you. Like I'm supposed to believe you. I don't believe you. I don't even know you, nigga. You a goddamn anime in a circle. Get your ass up out of here, nigga. You can't even show your motherfucking face so somebody can call you ugly. Told one nigga he probably looks like a prolapsed asshole. That's why he don't have his face on the internet. That's my favorite thing to do is drag niggas. Drag them! He never loved her or liked her because why y'all talk about her in that matter? He's tacky. I'm happy for Quad. A man will embarrass you every time. Let's see. He 15 times a week. That's when they said they had sex that many times. You can tell when a man is tired. He was looking at her all season like he wanted to throw up. I honestly believe that there are some women who take joy in being able to say that a man was not really into a woman, or your husband doesn't like you, or he doesn't like you. It's too many women, and it's almost like you don't see it's like you don't see that maybe she wasn't into him, or maybe she was just doing this, like she really wasn't into him but she was really doing it to make Gregory jealous, right? But then it's like you think about, you went through all of that. And then he says, I was doing it for you. Well, she could go to a sperm bank if that's the case, right? You don't even have any attachments. Please go talk to Ebony K. Williams, because she says it. Even the thing with Candy and Todd, this is exactly the reason why I did this by myself. I'm not fighting nobody about my motherfucking kids. Nobody. Nobody. I'm not. And when I say marriage is a trap, contractual trap, when I say give babies your last name, men, when I tell you men, when I tell you they hate it, that's a horrible take. That's a bad idea, because they want to be able to just drop their manure into anyone's uterus, have their last name slapped on the baby, and then tell everybody they have a legacy and a lineage. You don't have a legacy. You don't have nothing to leave your child. What do you have to leave your child? That you cannot stand women, you hate women, but yet still you want somebody to marry you. And I remember a time not long ago when people wore pajamas and lived life slow. Okay, when motherfuckers was calling women balls and chains. Don't you get a ball and chain on you. Now these niggas is trying to chain themselves to you. Catch it. Have anybody noticed that? Do you remember a time when men were encouraged not to get married because women were considered balls and chains? Now these niggas are insulting you by not being married. Y'all told us not to they told y'all not to get married. Now y'all want to flip it and turn it on us and say, y'all not married, ain't nobody marrying you. Ain't nobody marrying you. The girls don't want to get married to y'all. The girls are leaving their marriages. They say a woman who wants to get married has never ever been married. That's what they say. A woman who desires marriage so much has never been married. Has never been married. And like I said, y'all need to have self-love parties. Call the wedding planner and say, I want to plan a wedding style event for myself. And I'm going to have four, say you have four really close friends. I'm going to have four women stand up with me, and I'm going to rededicate my life to myself. I'm going to prioritize myself. I'm going to put my needs first. I'm going to live this life for me, not through the lens of a man, not in hopes to be partnered, none of that. I want to have a dinner, and then I'm going to have a ceremony, and then I want to have a dinner afterwards. I want to have a DJ. I want to have a cake. I want to have place settings. I want to have a menu, and I'm going to invite about 50 people. I'm going to walk down the aisle to myself. I have the song that I love, my favorite song that I want to walk down to, and I'm going to walk towards you, and we are going to say a rededication, proclamations to ourselves, and then we're going to have a celebration to celebrate our lives and prioritizing ourselves and centering ourselves and living life for ourselves. Quad should really be the spokesperson for child-free and unmarried, a divorced child-free woman in her home, good investments, traveling the world. You know how many married women are sitting there looking at Quad pissed off because they stuck there with an old farting, coughing ass man? Girl, you don't have to worry about that. You can get on a plane and go to Ghana real quick and be back, be out there. Yandy too. Give up these niggas, these old raggedy ass niggas. Let these bitches have these niggas. Let these bitches be. I'm sure the bitches is lined up in King's DMs. I'm sure they are. They are. So they can have a shot. They can have a chance with him. So y'all think it was shady for Toya to do business with Quad's ex? I'm talking about the rental Ferrari for her son's birthday she posted. His answers are sounds more like Queen, very messy for a man. And then what's crazy is, and this is what men do to me, when they like I said something, it was the girl, what's the girl that be with Ray J that's always crying? She's a Cancer. She's always crying. Sheila. When she was online with Ray J during one of his live streams a few months ago, and he was like, I don't love you and this and that. And then she was like, you don't? And like she started crying. And I put in the comments, I said, you know, being in a relationship with a man is a humiliation ritual. With a straight man is a humiliation ritual. With some gay men too, y'all. I'm sure y'all can get down in the comments, and some bitches too. But in a heterosexual setting, man, it's a humiliation ritual to be in a relationship with a man under a system of patriarchy. And then a man in the comments was like, so are you into women? And it's almost as if you don't understand that someone can critique people, one, and still desire them. I don't, and still desire them. And two, not desire them. And then not be labeled or considered homosexual, right? Because you guys do the same thing to men. If the men don't want you, or aren't nice to you, or exhibiting behaviors that you would align with a woman, y'all start calling them queens. Y'all start calling them messy. Y'all start saying that they're like women. And you're like insulting them with homophobia. And it's like you can't imagine that this man is not nice to women or has something to say about his relationship and equate it to being messy. He can't talk about his relationship. He can't talk about his relationship being over without y'all calling him a queen and saying he's messy. Now this is where I step in, because drag him all day. But when y'all start tiptoeing in homophobia, that's when I have to say, wait a minute, girl. When y'all start tiptoeing in misogyny, internalized misogyny, it's internalized misogyny to insult a man by calling him a woman while you stand there with a whole pussy. It's internalized misogyny. You have an issue with woman-like behaviors embodied in a man. You have a problem with it. You don't want to see it. It's a queen. I don't know why people keep comparing Dr. G to King. Dr. G treated Quad horribly, and look how she talked, and look how he talks to Sweet Tea. Please, if they did break up, people move on every day. Thank you. People acting like Gregory was this great person. We're not going to deify Gregory. Fuck that little munchkin. Nigga's leg is swinging off the chair as we speak, while he's giving somebody, not being present while somebody is telling them what's going on with their mental health. He's just ready to write a goddamn prescription, psychiatrist. Can you imagine going to him for actual advice? Girl, just write the prescription, doc. Thanks. I don't need, how are you doing that? All he's going to do is ask you how the meds work and this and that. He's not really there to like really connect like that. He don't even seem like it. That's your husband? We're not deifying Gregory. Both the niggas ain't shit. How about that? How come she can't choose better, girl? Look what's out there. You can only, you cannot pick from what isn't there, right? And how long are you going to spend, going through the damn racks, like you going through racks at Ross and TJ Maxx, going through racks trying to figure out, it's a bunch of shit in Ross and TJ Maxx, Burlington, and what are the other ones? What's the other one? TJ Maxx, Ross, Burlington. What else? What stores the stores I'm talking about. It's a bunch of shit in there. Can you find everything you looking for? Go to TJ Maxx. There's a bunch of pants in there. Can you find what you're looking for? Is what you looking for fitting you? No, you got to keep going through the racks. How long you gonna spend in TJ Maxx going through racks trying to find a good fit? Girl, I ain't got time for this shit. And the shit is all disorganized anyways, girl. The mediums is over here with the larges. The 12s is over here with the 10s and the 7s. Girl, I ain't got time to look through all this shit. I'm out of here. Girl, I'm going to go to where I don't have to pick nothing. I'm just going to sit down and relax. You got a lot of choices, but if it's not there, it's not there. You might pick some pants and get home and try them on, bitch. They don't fit that well. They're too short. They don't fit around the waist well. I have too much gap back here where my booty is. You liked them, you took them home, but when you got them home and put them on, you were like, oh, hold up, bitch. This ain't what I really like. So I'm going to return it. Return his ass. Send him back. Send his ass back. So shout out to Quad. Shout out to Quad for breaking up with Kang. With Kang. I'm glad it's over. Girl, let's see what.
Made the power of drugs and alcohol. Yeah. I literally broke down when I saw it. The shame. I just couldn't believe that was me. When you're watching it and you see yourself talk about like Thomas Jefferson's concubine, you think what? Nuts. Nuts. Literally nuts. Who is she? What is she talking about? She? I said, I don't know that woman.
Yeah, you do.
I was blacked out talking on camera, not having any idea how sick I was. So what is your relationship with alcohol? I don't drink. I don't drink. I'm very sober.
I don't drink in public.
Sober? I am. Yes. Yes. I hate the fact that I made that decision to drink so much. You know, when the body cam footage was released, it was really shocking. It devastated her. It literally devastated my children. And what did they say? That it's time to talk about my addiction. Yeah.
Yeah.
20 years ago, they felt that there was a problem. They did as children feel that there was a problem. Now, 20 years ago, when I had my first DUI, things did contribute to my unhappiness. I had an inkling that it was much more serious than I thought it was. So 20 years ago, Ray was saying, Karen, you need to get some help. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was 20 years ago. But I pushed through and I persevered and I went to the doctor and he said, oh, you're fine. Let me just give you a prescription. I said, okay. At that point, you're taking some kind of pills. And then when mom and dad died, I started adjusting the pills. I doubled my dose. And what was the prescription for? I can't say that. You can't say that? No, I can't say which. No, I can't say which one. It was for antidepressant. I can say that. Okay. And why can't you say? Yeah, I can get sued. Really? I said, oh, yeah. Well, my lawyers are good. I just wasn't listening. Okay. I'm listening now. I am sober. And when you say that you were at the time, I was under the influence, how did that manifest itself? How much were you drinking? It was not so much that I was drinking. You were self-medicating? Yeah, I was upping the dosage of the pills. Not so much the drink. The drink never called me. I never woke up. Well, the drink called you the night of the... Actually, the drink and the prescription drug called me. No, I can't say which one. It was for...
So the only rationale I can accept for her not saying what kind of medication she was on, the name of the medication, because she can get sued, is by naming the name and then it being associated with that. But everybody knows that when you're taking antidepressants, I mean, we saw Erica Jane take antidepressants and drink and see how it is. And she's not afraid to say, oh, I took Alexapro or I took this. But this thing where you don't want to say the name of the drug, there's something incredibly unlikable about Karen Huger that I spotted from season 1. You've been drinking for 20 years. You go to jail for less than a year and you're sober. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And I also don't believe that you don't drink anymore. I'm sorry. I don't believe her. Because as you can see, when at the end of this little clip that with Andy, she says, oh, it wasn't the drinking. I wasn't going toward the drinking. He was like, well, the drinking called you the night of your accident, girl. Well, yeah, the drinking and the prescription drugs. Well, you know you're on prescription drugs. You're drinking. And you've done it more than 4 times. And I want to know, I'm gonna have to watch this so I can hear if he asked her about the history.
I wasn't happy here. Let's be very clear. Ray and I have been very honest about our marriage, and we were going through. We still were.
You mean
I was very unhappy.
Wait.
And gone.
Do you mean honest when you called him the Black Bill Gates? That level of honesty? Have you been honest about your relationship, girl?
I'm just so grateful that that night that I had the accident, that I didn't hit a person. And thank God, because I could have killed someone.
You could have, bitch.
And I'm so grateful that I did it. I'm grateful I'm here. And honestly, Andy.
And I don't like the way they're talking about this like this is an isolated incident. This bitch has 4 DUIs. She been drunk more than 4 times driving. You only got caught 4 times.
In the past and drove. Okay. And I had a DUI. I had 2 DUIs, not 4. Okay. Let's be clear. There were 4 incidents involving alcohol. Okay. 2 of them were not DUI. Okay. And the oldest one is 20 years old. Yes. I want to go back to the day that you were sentenced. Yeah. Were you surprised by the severity? I was shocked. I know I was going to jail. Okay. I had made peace with that. But I thought maybe a month. No more than 3. But this was just one more step toward accepting my responsibility for what I did. You were released much earlier than your original sentence date, up to a year in jail. How were you able to be released so early? Well, I went to work immediately. I took full responsibility for the accident and driving under the influence. And I asked them, how could I volunteer? And so when I worked, it worked the time down. And so what kind of volunteering were you doing? Well, I actually led the NA class and the AA class. Forgive me, but incidents. Knowing that you went in there to do a lot of work on yourself, how were you qualified to then teach others? Well, as you know, before I was sentenced, I had gotten the treatment that I needed before going to jail. That's where you were last December. In Florida, right. And I just had life lessons that maybe a young woman needed to hear. I wasn't treated special. Any and every inmate gets that opportunity to work their time down if they want to. Yeah. How was Ray when you were gone? Ray and I, we really worked on our marriage, feeling that I had stopped growing at 19 emotionally. So I had to face that. That makes a lot of sense to me now. An aha moment. It was my hurt. It was my pain from age 19 on. Knowing that you went in there to do a lot of work on yourself.
No. What y'all think of this interview? Hold on.
I was going to say, when you kept on saying, Wendy, say what you want to say.
Oh, wow.
While we were filming, I went to a certain place and they said, you're on the show with Karen. And I said, yes. And they said she comes here every single day and she gets drunk. Okay.
What's your reaction to that? First of all, Ashley is right about legal seafood. And that was 20 years ago. Okay. Wendy, I have no idea what she's talking about. And who would talk to Wendy? She lives in Timbuktu. About me. Ashley was telling the truth. I can definitely say legal seafood. Ray picked me up many a times when I was going through. And that was when I sought medical help 20 years ago. Not too far off the beaten path, what Ashley said, except for someone being in the car. Ashley need to lay that one down. Okay. So no, there was no one else in the car with me. Okay. What's your reaction to their conjecture relating to...
And that's what I was...
Their conjecture relating to the legal advice that you got? I don't think they're wrong for jumping to conclusions or drawing their own conclusions, but only I am the author of my life. Yeah. So I'm not angry. Yeah. No. Okay, there's one more. Okay. I think it's really important that I thank those who truly touched my heart during this whole process.
I think it's interesting that she didn't think Wendy.
That is not my friend.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh. Wendy was very upset that you didn't thank her in that video. That you mentioned Candace and you mentioned Kay and you mentioned me. And she felt that she had been supportive of you all season. Okay. And she really didn't understand her exclusion, their conjecture from that conversation. I think that's a conversation for Wendy and I to have. We had a friendship that was worth, or that is worth a conversation. But Wendy knows why I didn't mention her. She does. Oh, yeah, she does. Yeah. Do you feel supported by the women? Yes, I do. You do? Yes, I do. Did any of them try to reach out to you? Giselle did a great job. Well, she would reach out to Ray. I said, give them all the same response, Ray. Let them know I appreciate them, but I'm only seeing family right now. Okay. The only person that didn't call was Wendy. So again, that's a conversation for Wendy and I to have. And I'm open to talk about it. Mm-hmm. From that conversation.
Fuck her. That's why I am with it. That's why I am with it. Some of the comments. I don't blame Wendy for not calling. I wouldn't have called her either after not acknowledging me. Expecting a call from Wendy after multiple cast members confirm she's been trashing Wendy behind her back all season is crazy. Wendy even took her with her to the White House to see Kamala too. If Karen comes back, we need Robin back. We need someone who will stand up to her and question the lies. Wendy. That's who. That's who's going to do that. That's who's going to do that. That's who needs to do that. But you need to be put in your motherfucking place. And Wendy needs to bring her political commentary hat. Every time she needs to be acting like she's dealing with one of these bigoted racists on CNN. That's how she needs to treat her. And that's why when I saw that clip from the reunion, and I don't know how they cut it up and spliced it up, but she tells Wendy to stop talking so much and to shut the fuck up. No, bitch, you shut the fuck up. Because the only time you got your mouth open is when you got a bottle of Stella in it. See, every single time, bitch, I got something to say to you. You ain't going to ever be able to get nothing off on me. Ever. Ever. Wendy needs to, it will be a drunk joke. It'll be a jail joke. It'll be a DUI joke. It'll be all of those. It will be every single time. You be quiet. Because you don't know what you're saying unless you downing some fireballs. You want some fireball? Got some fireball in the back? Maybe you'll get your act together. Straighten up, bitch. You need a breathalyzer test before you can fucking speak to me, ho. Because I don't take no drunk bitch's advice. Baby, I tell you, I would wear Karen out every single time. She wouldn't talk to me. She don't fit the aesthetic of the show. The fuck does that mean? So a farm girl down from Surrey County who ran into the NAACP conferences trying to find a man to take care of her, that fits the aesthetic? Yeah. Off with her head every single time. Oh, every single time. Fuck y'all queen. Fuck y'all queen. Fuck that lady. Every day. Every day. Every single day. Every single day. Anyways, I gotta go. Girl, is this a real picture? Is this a real picture? Girl, why are they doing this? This has to be AI. Eva is not pregnant. I do not believe that Eva is pregnant with another Michael baby, another Michael Sterling baby. Anyways, y'all, thanks to the Bravo Shade Room for all of the posts today, because that's everything we listened to was on Bravo Shade Room, all of the Karen posts and the posts with Kang and Quad. All right, so y'all take care of each other. We'll come back for another video. Get down in the comments. Sorry, if what's her name is your queen, I'm calling for her head. I'm sitting on the other side of the desert in the throne. Bring me her head. Here comes Karen's head with a straw hanging out of it. Drunk bitch. All right, y'all take care of each other, okay? We'll get down in the comments. Tell me what you think about King and Quad, and using men to make another man jealous. Have you ever done that? Have you ever used a man to make another man jealous? Probably. I'm sure a few of you had. Yeah. I'm sure y'all knew that you was gonna see your ex somewhere and brought a nigga with you. Oh yeah, some of you have. So what Quad did ain't that bad, girls. If she was looking for a sperm donor, then that's what she was looking for. If she was looking for somebody to make her little munchkin man jealous, then that's where we are with it. All right, take care of each other, okay? Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.